Hello students, welcome back to computer science class. I am Mangala, lecturer in computer science, Vidyarashmi Vidyalaya, Savanur. In our last session, we were discussing about the first chapter, overview of computers. So, what is computer? Computer is an electronic device which will access data and processes it, and it will generate the result called output. And there are basically 4 operations in computer. First one is input, storage, process and output. Today we will discuss about some of the characteristics of a computer. These are very important characteristics of a computer. So, first one is speed, memory, storage, accuracy, versatility, automation, diligence and cost effective. The characteristics of computers are speed, memory, storage, accuracy, versatility, automation, diligence and cost effective. You can remember these characteristics by using the short form SMSAVADC. Speed, memory, storage, accuracy, versatility, automation, diligence and cost effective. The first characteristic is speed. In general, no human being can solve the complex problems faster than the computer. So, the speed is one of the main characteristics of a computer. Next one is memory. When human acquires some new knowledge, the brain used to think whether that information or the whatever it gets, it is important or not, whether storing that information in its memory is worth or not. So, it will select only those information which is important and it will save in its memory, and rest it forgets. So, similarly in computer the memory RAM is used to store the data. So, memory is used to store the data. Next is storage. It can store large amount of data. The computer can store the large amount of data. When computer gets some information, it will process it, and the processed data will be stored in the storage unit for the future use. The next characteristic is accuracy. The computer can perform operations and process the data faster with the accurate results and no errors. Accuracy andre 100% correct agirodu. It will perform the operations and process the data faster with accurate results. Computer will always give the accurate result with no errors. Next characteristic is versatility. Computer can perform all kind of job simultaneously. Simultaneously it means ಒಮ್ಮೆಗೆ ಇದು ತುಂಬ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. Like we can listen music, along with we can search some pictures in Google. Also we can do the calculations, drawing, paint or some graphic words simultaneously. So, it is called as versatility. Computer can perform many tasks simultaneously. The first characteristics of computer is speed. Speed is one of the most important characteristics of a computer. In general, no human being can compete with the computer for solving the complex problems faster. So, the speed is one of the main characteristics of a computer. The next one is memory. When human acquired some new knowledge, the brain used to think whether that information is important or not, or that information is worth saving in its memory or not. Depending on that, it will store the information in its memory, and rest of the information will be forgets. So, in similar way, In computer, the memory RAM is used to store the data. In memory, we can store the data for the future use. The next characteristic is storage. It is one of the important characteristics of a computer. It can store large amount of data. In storage device, we can store large amount of data. When the computer gets the data, it will process it, and the processed information will be stored in the secondary storage device for the future use. And the computer memory is measured using bits and bytes. The computer memory is measured by using bits and bytes. The next characteristic is accuracy. The computer can perform operations and process data faster with accurate results and no errors. Computer can always solve the problems with the giving accurate results. Accurate in the sense giving 100% result, correct answer. You will get correct answers with the no errors. Errors illade matte ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಆನ್ಸರನ್ನು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಸಮ್ ಅಕ್ಯುರೇಟ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ದಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟೆಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆರ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿರುವ ನೀವು ಡೇಟಾವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿರುವ ಅಕ್ಯುರೇಟ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತದೆ ವಿತ್ ನೋ ಎರರ್ಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅನದರ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಈಸ್ ವರ್ಸಟ್ಯಾಲಿಟಿ. Computer can perform all kind of job simultaneously. Andre at a time it can perform many kinds of job. For example, at a time we can listen the music, along with that we can search anything in computer or using some Google. Next we can do the calculations, along with that we can paint or draw some pictures. That is simultaneously. Simultaneously the computer can do many types of jobs. So it is called as versatility, and it is one of the main characteristics of the computer. The next characteristic of computer is automation. What is automation? It is the technology where the process or procedure is performed with the minimal human assistance. For doing any task, the computer requires only to press some particular key, and it will does whole task automatically. So it doesn't require human assistance. The next characteristic is diligence. The computer can work for hours without breaking and creating any errors, and it is free from tiredness and free from lack of concentration. Computer can continuously do any task without taking break, or it doesn't get tired, or it is free from lack of concentration, like it will do the task for continuously. The next characteristic is cost effectiveness. Computer reduces the amount of paperwork and human effort. Computer reduces the amount of paperwork and human effort. For example, for solving some of the complex problems or scientific problems, it doesn't require any paperwork. It will solve the problems faster comparing to humans. So thereby it will reduce the cost effectiveness. It will reduce the amount of paper work. So these are the characteristics of computers. The characteristics of computers are speed, memory, storage, accuracy, versatility, automation, diligence, and cost effectiveness. The next topic is components of a computer system. Whenever you think about the computer, these four different things should be come into in your mind, that is hardware, software, data and information and user. These components are helps to solve any specific task in the computer, and these are very important components of the computer. Let us see one by one. The first component of computer is hardware. What is hardware? It is the physical component of a computer. Hardware is nothing but a physical component of a computer. Physical component in the sense the component which you can touch and see. So, for some of the example for hardware are monitor, keyboard, mouse, printers, scanners, speakers, etc. These are the example for hardware devices, and hardware cannot be affected by virus. Hardware cannot be affected by virus. If virus is there, then it will crash your system and it will not allow you to complete any task, and we cannot take copy of hardware. We cannot take copy of hardware. So, this is about the hardware. The next component we have is data and information. The data and information are the term usually used in the field of computer. What is data? Data is a collection of unprocessed items, or it is a raw fact. It is a collection of unprocessed items or the raw data, which can include text, numbers, image, audio and video. Data includes text, numbers, image, audio and video. For example, param 16, it does not have any specific meaning. So, it is called as a data. It is when we are entering to the computer, we are entering the data into computer as input. So, the next is information. What is information? The computer processed data is called as information. After we are inputting some data, the computer will process that processed data is called as information. The computer processed data is also called as information, and it is having some specific meaning, so that the people or the user can use it for their future reference. Example, name is equal to param, age equal to 16. See, this is data and it is information. It is having some specific meaning. Param in the sense it is name of the person, and 16 is nothing but age of that person. So, data is nothing but a collection of unprocessed items, in the sense text, it may be text, numbers, audio, image or video, and information is nothing but the data, the computer processed data is called as information, and it is having some specific meaning. The next important component of computer is software. Without the software, our computer is useless. So, what is software? Software refers to the set of instructions or programs that tells the hardware what to do. It is a set of instructions or the programs that tells the hardware what to do. It will tells the hardware what task or how the operations will be done. So, example for software is our operating system like Windows, Ubuntu, etc. So, there are mainly two categories in software. Those are system software and application software. These are very important. So, there are mainly software is consist of two categories, system software and application software. What is system software? System software consists of programs that control and maintains the operations of computer and its devices like memory, input output devices. So, what system software consists? It consists of programs which will controls and maintains the operations of computer, and its devices are like memory, input output devices. It will mainly controls and maintains the whatever the operations in the computer. And system software serves as the interface between user, the application software and the computer hardware. It acts as the interface, ಮಧ್ಯವರ್ತಿಯಾಗಿ system software serves as the interface between ಯಾವುದರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ user, application software and computer hardware. ಯಾವುದರ ಮಧ್ಯವರ್ತಿಯಾಗಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸುತ್ತದೆ? user, application software and computer hardware. And mainly it is used to execute and development of other application software. It is mainly used to execute and development of other application software ಅನ್ನು execute ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ develop ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ these system softwares are used. And system software acts as a interface between user, the application software and computer hardware, and it consists of the program that controls and maintains the operations of the computer, and its devices are like mouse, input output devices. So, this is about the system software. The next category of software is application software. So, what is application software? It consists of programs designed to make users more productive and assist them with the personal task. And it consists of programs which is designed to make user more productive and assist them with the personal task. Like, it is a type of software which is written by the user to perform some particular task like drawing a picture, playing a game, like that. For example, your WhatsApp, Paint, Nudi and some office package, etc. It is the program which is written by the user to perform some particular task. So, these are the categories of software. Software is nothing but a set of instructions or programs that will tells the hardware what to do. There are two categories of software. First one is system software and second one is application software. System software which consists of a program which used to control and managing the operations of the computer, and application software it consists of a program which is designed to make user more productive and assist them with the personal task, and the software which is written by the user to perform particular task. Example for this application software are Paint, Nudi and Office package, etc. Next we will see some of the difference between hardware and software. These are the main difference between hardware and software. First, hardware is nothing but the physical components. Hardware is nothing but the physical components, and in case of software it is a set of programs or the instructions. Next, hardware can touch and see and feel, but we can't touch and feel the software. So, because it is a physical components we can touch and see, and in case of software we cannot touch and feel the software. Next, hardware is constructed by using physical materials and components. It is made up of physical materials and components, and in case of software it is developed by the programming languages like C, C++, Java, etc. So, hardware is not affected by viruses. Hardware is not affected by computer viruses, and in case of the software it is always affected by the computer viruses. Once you get the viruses in your computer, or your application will not be run properly and it will give some errors. For that, in our computer or the laptop we used to install antiviruses. So, hardware is not affected by viruses, and in case of software it is always affected by the computer viruses. And next is, user cannot make copies of the hardware. There is only hardware, like we cannot copy the hardware. And in case of software we can make copies of software. Example for hardware is monitor, keyboard, mouse, and for the software is office packages, NUDI, text editors, etc. So, there are mainly 4 components when we are think about the computer, and it should always come to in your mind. First one is hardware, software, data and information, and last one is user, that is we human beings. So, this is about the components of the computer system. Thank you.